and welcome to the Double RT Boxing Show. We proudly present you the Spit Bucket, where we spit that boxing knowledge, spit many topics. Welcome to the Spit Bucket, a new segment we're going to try out here. And we're starting the show off with a nice cruiserweight talk. You know, Ryan Merhy, the world champion, taking on Kevin Lerena. Interesting fight. I like it. You know, Kevin Lerena, I always thought, if you follow this show, you know the franchise champion is Lawrence Okolie, who is now officially the WBO champion, but still, he is still the WRT Boxing Show's franchise champion. I always mention I thought the future of the cruiserweights was about between Kevin and Lawrence. But then there was a talk about him going down to the bridgerweight, blah, blah, blah. But now Dorticos hasn't answered the bout for Lerena. I mean, the bout for Merhy. So the WBA went on and said, "Fuck it, we're gonna do Kevin. You want a title shot?" And what's interesting for this, like I said, the cruiserweight is going to get real interesting for the cruiserweight junkies out there, because this is the Double RT Boxing Show, which is a boxing rehab for us junkies. So my fix is ring generalship. If your fix is cruiserweights, then here, take this, get high off this, because cruiserweight action coming up. Like I said, the WBA world champion Ryan Merhy taking on number 3 Kevin Lerena. The number 1 ranked contender F.A. Apoche, he just fought last about a while ago. He knocked number 11 Dion Nicholson out on the Brian Perella and Tony Harrison undercard. So that was number 1 versus number 11. Number 1 came on to win. Number 2, Dorticos, he turned down the opportunity to fight the champion. Number 3 steps up and takes it. So number 4, Yuri Klitschko, he fights the 14th against Michael Shadeshki, who a lot of people feel he beat the WBC champion. So the top 5, which is finished off with Tommy McCarthy, and I believe he's himself is fighting. Let's look at good old Tommy here, and I believe he's a nice wild card. He may not be super polished, he may not be super strong, but that dude, once he starts, he seems to start late. If that dude gets in the rhythm, he's a problem. Like I said, and he fights the 15th as well. Yeah, for the he's a European cruiserweight champion. So again, the top 5 for the WBA is in some heavy action. It's like I said, if cruiserweights is your fix for your boxing junkie ass, you're about to get a good higher. And I'm spitting it. Moving on to the bout tomorrow, which is the bout I definitely want to see. It's involved in some nice action here. Liam Smith, number 2 of the WBO, taking on number 5 Magomed Kurbanov. What's interesting here is that ESPN jumped on this. You know, because if you listen to the Boxing Voice, when he did the interview with Kurbanov, he said, Daza, you know? So him and his team was obviously thinking that the Zone was going to pick this up. But no, ESPN Plus jumped on this, which is interesting, because you figure, and not only did that, because on that interview, if you go check out the Boxing Voice, on that interview, he said the winner of this fight is the mandatory for the Castano and Charlo winner. Again, this is number 2 taking on number 5, and his promoter got Herman Titov for the RCC Boxing. You know they have some good money over there. So you figure, because the Boxing Voice was asking, like, how did you get Liam Smith to come over to Russia? Shit, dude. RRC Promotions. So that's how. And Liam Smith is saying, if I show up 10 times out of 10 times, I'll beat him. What the fuck you mean? Well, why do you got to say if I show up? You know, like, get your ass ready. But he's saying, hey, during the pandemic, he had this opportunity. He didn't have these opportunities, so he took this fight. Saw the footage on him. Think he could beat that style. Magnumov, you know, you could tell he's heavily influenced by Mayweather. The whole Russia, you know, Mayweather camp camps out there, boxing. But Mayweather opened those little boxing, I guess, facilities out there, and you can see Magnemov kind of got the whole shoulder roll movement style, pull right counter. Can that movement stop the stationary come forward, Liam Smith? I think it is. I'm picking Magnemov to win that fight, strictly off movement and counter punching. I don't think Liam Smith bully style is going to work. I don't think Magnemov is going to be there in front of him long enough to get bullied. And eventually, I think he's going to start countering and breaking Liam Smith down. I think a huge upset is coming here. I think it's only going to be an upset because of the knowledge and the know-who of Magnemov is to the boxing community. But they're going to find out. I'm picking, and again, this is a nice, like the previous bout we just talked about. This fight here, Tim Tszyu, the number one contender, the global champion. You know, he's the global champion. He's taking on a hometown rivalry and Michael Zafari. So he's taking that bout on. Liam Smith, number 2, is taking on number 5. Number 3, Jared Hurd, taking on Luis Aries on that Mayweather shit. But then I'm not up to date on who number 4 is. So since we're right here, I don't want to take too much time in doing this. Don't want to ramble on too much, but let's see who number 4 is fighting. Bakamov Murtalev. Do I even know this guy by face? I don't know this guy by face, but let's see who he's fighting. Looks like I've seen him before. He's under the zone. He hasn't fought in a year, so again, everyone else is pretty active here. So you got number 1 again taking on Michael Zafari. Liam Smith taking on number 5. 3 Hurd. Good stuff. Like I'm going with Magnemov on this upset with the movement and counter punching. He's going to pick him apart, I think, eventually. Liam Smith, can he bully him? I don't think so. The spit bucket. We're just spitting out knowledge. We're moving on. Moving on to the women's boxing. A bout I was highly anticipating. Again, if you've been following this channel for the long time, it has been around, and you're a little bit of a women's boxing fan, you know with the big old buzz going around with Terry Harper, Mayer, and Hamadouche and Hoy. I'm picking Hoy to come out of this dance circle. You know, I've been picking Hoy for the longest. I like her movement. I like her boxer. She's been banging it out lately. Again, the reason why I think she's been banging it out before the whole pandemic, she was set to fight Hamadouche. While everyone else is running, everyone making excuses, Choi didn't say a damn word. Just got in the fight. So I think in her previous fights, she was starting to bite down on the gum shield, get gritty, because she knew what she was going to sign herself up for, to fight the fucking bullet. Hamadouche, the gunshot coming at you. Terry Harper hurt her hand, so who knows what's that's coming about for. And then from there, you wonder though, is Matchroom going to throw her like a disguised fastball? Like, oh, Terry Harper's hurt, now fight some fucking dangerous person. Interesting to see where that goes. Where does Terry Harper go from here? Very interesting. So I want to see on that one. Sucks. I was really, really anticipating that fight. And then you have spitting more. You got Dylan White coming out here saying he should fight Chris Arreola. You know, you can easily say, right here on the RT Boxing Show, you know we have that segment, great fight, nice fight, what the fuck? These statements, for that category. But then you do the whole comparison and knocking out AJ, doing this with Chris Arreola. If he knocks out Arreola, does it get exactly what he's talking about? Ruiz is this first Mexican champion, couldn't do shit, and I knocked him out. So I kind of understand the route Dylan White is going for his American debut. You know, normally you could say this is a what the fuck fight. You know, it was already a what the fuck fight when Ruiz took on Arreola, but due to dropping him in the showcase, did Arreola just do a David Price? Give himself one more fight. Give himself a Chisora one more fight. Man, would that be a nice little battle? The two the two go-getters, Chisora and Areola, but that's another talk. So you categorize this as a what the fuck fight, but you understand the business the aspect of this fight. I didn't get a rat's ass about the Areola and Ruiz fight, but due to the outcome, the White and Areola fight intrigues me more than the Ruiz and the Areola. It's almost better than the Trevin Bryan fight, even though you get a belt for that one. Very interesting. I want to see it. I'm sorry. The part of me wants to see that fight. I don't know why, but I do believe it's somewhat of a good fight. And then again, we're going to finish it off with the big fight here, the Canelo and Saunders. I made their own video. Let's talk about it. I'm going with Saunders. Again, do I think Canelo could win this fight easily? I think that he could win it by breaking him down with the hooks. I'd be surprised if he knocks him out. I would think Canelo will win by like hey, he did come forward and he stopped him and he did unanimous decision. 8-4, 9-3. But again, I'm going with Joe Saunders to win this fight, but I think he can clinch. He's going to move, get points, come forward aggressively, get some aggressive points, and then clinch. Now, is it going to be tough? Yes. And the main reason I'm going for Saunders to win this fight is because I think it's going to be a tough fight. The scorecards are going to be reasonable to say, it's a close fight. And again, the Zone. The Zone makes more money bringing Canelo back for a rematch than going to PBC to fight Caleb Plant. That's why it is. That's the spit bucket. Spit it out. Spit it out. Rinse and spit this one out. This is the RR2 Boxing Show, the Spit Bucket. I'm your host, Mr.A. Stay tuned. Thank you for the time and support. Yes, sir.